Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here today looking at this probably 1984 648D John Deere grapple skidder. I have a customer interested in it. Of course, the man's interested in selling it, so I'm just gonna see if I can get in the middle and make a little bit. Oh, we got a guest right here. But as you can see, it's got 28L26 tires on it. I'm going to start it up and check out the pins and the bushings in it. It's missing a blade cylinder. They have the rod, the barrel's in there, but they have the rod. I don't know if they've packed it or not. I'm gonna be looking for slack in the center. Of course, you can probably tell that it's gonna have some slack in the center. I'm gonna be looking for some slack in the cradle pin. But one thing I did notice right off, there's no structural damage here. And anybody that's run or been around a D model skidder knows that they just absolutely notorious for breaking from right here on this inspection plate to right here under the frame. They're terrible. And you have seen over the years some creative plating that goes on just to get by. It's got the small winch on it, which that hurts it. Tires are, you know, they're not cut too bad, but they're slick, you know, kind of like when I take my hat off. Probably the turn, you don't see many of this old that the turn motor still works on the rotate, on the grapple. We're gonna try it. That's a nice looking tire, but we're gonna give it a once over. Well, I need somebody to hold this camera. That thing is in there. Got to be talented to be a cameraman and get all this done. Oh yeah, there it is. I was looking for a plate. There it is, behind those oil filters. I believe these are 6059s instead of the 6068. Let's see. He's got something we have to energize. Oh yeah, you have to energize this alternator to get it to start charging. We call it, I used to call it excite, the alternator. Oh yeah. This thing right here is make it all. Fuel filter looks good. Fuel looks good. I'm 99% sure it's going to start right up. Let's check the water in it. Everybody that had these knows that that's been replaced in these exhaust limb risers. Okay. You can see in there before I get there. Oh yeah, dang, green. It's not a bad looking machine for what, 39 years old. No telling that the hours that's on it. That's a rare. Still got the hose guards on it on both sides. No damage on this side either on the frame. This may be an 85 model because the steering rods are a little smaller. I think when the first ones come out, they was a little bit bigger steering rod. in them, like the 84 model. Yeah, I believe these have come out like 84. And the first ones might have been the older models, just regular 640s before they changed to the D. That's the parking brake lever. It probably won't work. This is your blade. That's your boom up and down, and that's going to be your rotating. And that's your fire system there. They still have them today. There's the winch control valve. Let's see. 17,546 hours. The dash is not, it's cracked a little bit there, but all that seems to be in good shape. That's the interlock. I think this thing is, there's what the fire suppressing system was. They had a little tank up top, they pressurized it. You had a little hose right here. You turn that thing on and it really did work. Whoever thought of that was a great engineer. Not like some I have seen working on this stuff. It was simple and it worked. First start in 15 days. Probably got a starter button, Jacob. Well, let's go. There we go. Oh yeah. A little bit of white smoke. We'll let it warm up just a tad. He told me he had rebuilt the bottom end, but he didn't do anything to the head. And I think now he wishes he had, because it's got a little blow by. And the mechanic said he thinks it's coming out of one of the lifters in the head. All right, let's see what this cradle looks like. Oh, got a lot of play in the cradle. Lots. Wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Got a lot of play in that. All right, lift the blade up. See the center. And it's usually this bottom pin, and it's like that, where it has so much stress on it. This top pin usually don't get much slack in it. It's this bottom. Yeah. Wow. But that's all right. All right, let's take it and let the grapple up. Pull it forward. Fire extinguisher in the way. Nope. Grapple tongs has been worked on a little bit. I know the winch ain't gonna work because the winch drive line's not in it. Somebody, he can't remember if one side come off and they took it out. He don't really know where it is. See if that back lever will go this way in it. Yeah, the back. Okay. I didn't think the rotate worked. That would be rare if it did. But the open and close does. Come on now. Alrighty, now come forward. Got it. There you go. He'll learn it. Now. Let's go out there and make a turn. All right, he's got it in the interlock. Jacob. He's got the interlock in. You can tell by the way the front tires was grabbing. But it works. That's a good thing. It'll steer easy now. You can go just make a few circles here and we'll... Dog said, let me drive. I can do it. As you can tell, Jacob isn't really familiar with it. It's not complicated, but you got to learn somehow. Sometime you just got to get on it and go. I think he's enjoying it a little bit. Please don't hit my truck. You can see kind of the blow by coming out in front of the radiator. That's what the concern was. I was just about his age when I bought a brand new one of those with the small winch. I'm gonna let him film a little bit now, and I'm gonna get on it and shift them out. And they will. It don't work though. He just pulled the parking brake. It's not working. Just set your blade down. That's really the parking brake right there. Okay. gonna look at the blow by. It's on the other side. Blow by is huge on the other side. I can't see the tube, but you can see the blow by and a little pull of oil. They pour the oil stick. Yeah. It runs really well. Transmission is good the transmission is really good because it don't hesitate between third and fourth. Well, we've got a problem there, Houston. I wonder if that's differential, if that was caused by the differential kicking in. I think it was. I'm gonna guess that's not motor oil. I'm gonna check the oil again before we go. So even if I don't buy it, I can let the owner know that he's got a little bit of a problem. I swear it looks like motor oil. But we'll see here in just a minute. Let the oil get down. You know, on these right here, you have to take the engine out to rebuild the transmission, but you can put the clutch packs in. On the other ones, after the D, they come out with the G models. And then, just because the G model was different because it had a bigger cab, a lot more comfort in the cab. Some of them was enclosed. Some of these D models was enclosed cabs, but I never owned one like that. That's motor oil. I'm sure probably seen that when we did. I will call the owner immediately and let him know. I think it's the other side, but right here is where you check the transmission fluid. Of course, it's the other side. There's the transmission filler. I'm sure you have to have it running to check it, but I'm not starting it. And right here on this winch line, you see this pump right here? That's the charge pump. And only the 648s will have that. And that's what runs your grapple and your transmission pressure. I forgot just how it works, but they're just on the 648 models, not the 640D that has that on. I think I'm right. Just a little bit of probably useless information, but just a little bit. There's the serial number to them. Yeah, it's a 52 number, I think. This actually kept me from, spending the more time on it than I wanted to. Did I say that right? Spend more time on it? I actually wanted to spend more time than the machine allowed me to because of the motor oil. But I think I've got enough to tell the buyer maybe what it is and what it's not. But we've got one more to go look at, We can't start it, and when we get there, you'll see why. But we can show you some video of it. They probably gonna go to the same person, and he wants to see some pictures of it also. So in like 1 second, you'll be at another place. So just hang on with us. It looks a little hazy over there. I see smoke. I hope nothing's on fire over here. I see all kind of tracks. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it absolutely is smoky where we're going in here. This one got a little hot. I believe it's a 2006 model 648 G3. They really had a good set of tires on it. That's for sure. You can tell this thing was 90% rubber there on that Primax log stomper. I'm keeping my head down because I'm really looking for rattlesnakes. I don't think much is salvageable there. I wonder if I said that right. The front end should be okay. For those that have seen the last video, is where Jacob and I took the front end out from under the one I had and met a guy from West Virginia that bought it. I can't tell, but I'm gonna let y'all look. Y'all can tell me if it's any good or not. It had a little bit of aluminum there melted on it. Oh, howdy. But now here's where we get into some things that are worth some money. Somebody's come got the winch drive line out of it. But you got a winch. Let's see. This was made, can y'all tell? 8/12 of 05, I believe. It could be an 06. But the tail section is good. You can tell he come got his good tires off of the back. I believe these are the same cylinders that'll fit an H model, because the rods are much bigger than the ones that's on the G3s. Grapple seems to look okay. Can't tell right there. They put some rebar across the grapple tongs right there to keep them from wearing in so much. Log rollers are in it. Man, when you call that game where you try to go up under as low as you can go, I'd lose. Yeah. This thing got hot. But most of the time you'll see the tires just burnt completely off. They did get it out. Kept it from burning really bad. You know, the transmission itself could still be okay. That's possible. Naturally, it got heated. You could probably, you know, take it apart, reseal it, go through it, but I bet you the housings is good. The two front wheels are still good. It's got a 10-foot blade on it. That one I had a 8-foot blade. I like a 10-foot blade because you can see what you're doing when you're pushing from the cab. But I'm trying to buy this machine. I'm gonna call our buddies at Schaefer because they got something to do it with. And if I get this bought, you'll get to see us on another loading video with those land dogs coming in. I believe he can get this anytime, any weather, because it's sitting right up on top of a hill. The good thing about this is he can pick it up anytime. It's sitting right up here on top of the hill. We are in burnt corn. Well, actually, we're between burnt corn and Bermuda, Alabama. Might be Bermuda. So we're between the burnt corn and the Bermuda Triangle here in Alabama. It probably didn't burn right here. They probably got their other machine and pulled it up here. But I hope y'all enjoy the content. There's nothing really exciting about this. It just shows you what we have to go and where we go to and look at, make phone calls, take pictures of it, describe it best we can. But our buddies up at Schaefer have seen so much of this stuff, they know. When they look at it, they know. But I'm gonna get the serial number here right quick. Now let's see. Yeah, that's a 602984. Probably is a 2007. Probably one of the last G3s they made. I hope y'all enjoy content like this because this is really what I do. And I'm trying to show Jacob how to do it. And I'm gonna give the information on, pass the information on to the potential buyer. Tell him everything that I know about it and what I found out about it today. And just see if we can get a deal together, put together on this thing. So y'all hang around, come back, let's see what else we can get into. And remember, don't be wily.